What the f*** was that?
James, 12-3.
There's something loose between my legs.
You mean like forever? I don't know.
Tripping major nutsack.
Come on! No more radio for the rest of the race.
Hello everyone and welcome along to the Reserve Drivers live after the Russian Grand Prix and for the first time in a long time in front of a live audience. Great to have fans in the house. I'm Tim McDonald. The man sitting next to me, well, we love him because of
his ability to be sharp, decisive, and a straight talker, all with a big smile on his face.
Massive smile on his face. Luke Rocco, welcome along.
That's quite sweet, Tim. That's a lot better than how we describe you.
Not very good in school, not very good in sports, not very attractive with the girls.
Couldn't have said it better. Timmy, good to be here.
But before we jump into the show, two things, Lukey boy. Where's your mic?
Yep, elephant in the room. I did smash it accidentally, but I've got upgrades coming. Hopefully by Nürburgring.
Secondly, what are you wearing?
I knew this would come up. Now, this is pajamas that I wear. It's from my mum from Christmas a few years ago. It's Danny Rick inspired. Although I think it is a bit see-through. So if it gets a little bit cold here in my in-home studio, the nipples might rear, okay? So just...
This is a practice start, Lukey boy. This is a practice start.
Are you sure we can do it here?
Affirmative.
A-firm. My nipples are feeling a little bit A-firm right now. All right, come on, no mucking around. Let's get into it. Russian Grand Prix.
Lukey boy, what an action-packed Grand Prix. We've got lots to talk about. Let's start with the big issues.
Cinnamon buns.
Sorry, that is the wrong... Sorry, we're having a couple of troubles here tonight. That's another 5-second penalty. This is another practice start.
Oh, I didn't see that coming. I'll tell you that much.
We've got to talk about the big talking point from the weekend. The highlight of the weekend for many. New theme music, anybody? What a way to start the Grand Prix that was, Lukey boy.
Okay, listen, everybody. I'm just going to call it now. The wheels are well and truly off.
The race started with the traditional Russian military band, and it was lovely too because they then took time to wear the End Journalism t-shirts, Lukey boy, which was a wonderful, wonderful touch.
Are we allowed to go down this route?
This is a practice start. This is not the real thing.
A-firm.
A-firm.
Tell you what, journalists are met with a very A-firm punishment if they talk ill of the government. What are we talking about, Tim? What are we doing? Can we...
I just want to say I've never been more grateful that you haven't got a mic, Lukey boy, because we're off to a rocky start already. Big talking point from the weekend, Lukey boy. 2 penalties to Lewis Hamilton for 2 practice starts. Sky Sports covered the big breaking news. As always, they were 100% focused on the important action.
Lewis Hamilton has a 5-second time penalty for a practice start violation. We're watching Lando Norris.
Guys, what are you doing? You're on the wrong car. You got to get to Lewis. Not only did Lewis cop a big penalty, Lukey boy, he also copped a last-minute sledge from David Croft.
5-second penalty for each out of position.
Where is that in the rule book?
It's in the race director's events notes.
Oh, Crofty.
Ooh.
I mean, anyone can thumb through the race director's notebook. It was a difficult weekend all round for Hamilton. Troubles in the race, troubles in qualifying. Thankfully, he was staying positive all weekend.
Oh, it was one of the worst qualifying sessions. It was horrible. Got the time taken away, obviously, which is the first time I've gone wide there the whole weekend. But they said, come in and get a new tyres, and then the red flag came out. So ultimately, I'm starting on the soft tyre, which is not good. Here's probably the worst place to be on pole. You know, both the cars I'm racing against, they're both on the medium tomorrow. So, but nonetheless, I'm going to stay positive.
He's going to stay positive. He's going to stay positive, Lukey boy. He's Mr. Positivity.
You see, Tim, that was the key. A lot of drivers were down in the dumps at Sochi. There was one driver who was not.
It's not one of my favourite tracks.
Yeah, I mean, it's not been the best track for us.
It's usually quite difficult to overtake.
I think it will be quite a difficult weekend.
This was probably the circuit I struggled the most on.
It's been always good, you know, since the first year we came here, even with Williams times.
Big congratulations to the people's champ, Valtteri Bottas, takes home a victory. It's only 44 points behind, and if I was a betting man, my money would still be on Hamilton. Definitely. Tim, a fantastic race from homeboy hero Daniil Kvyat. P8, what a result for the Russian, and oh boy, wasn't the mayor of Sochi happy? Absolutely thrilled. Mayor of Sochi, mayor of the show.
Hitman of the show.
But it was a great result from Daniel Kvyat, and I tell you what, I reckon I found the secret to his success.
You've sparred with UFC star Conor McGregor, and I just wanted to ask, how was it? What did you learn from him?
Daniel sparred with UFC megastar Conor McGregor.
I didn't see that on pay-per-view, Lukey boy. I must have missed that.
Well, in a Reserve Drivers exclusive.
What?
I have footage of Conor McGregor post-spar session with Daniel Kvyat. Kvyat did a number on him. He should have known better.
The torpedo's back, Lukey boy.
The torpedo's back, and he had some trash talk from McGregor afterwards.
You made it look very dramatic. I think he always does that.
I am only kidding, though. Daniel explained what happened when they met.
Well, we didn't spar. We just exchanged a few phrases since we happen to be in the same boxing club.
They just exchanged a few phrases. As you do in the gym. I go to the gym and I know a lot of guys, they're just exchanging phrases.
Hey, if you've got a phrase to exchange for us, leave it in the comments below.
I've actually got Conor McGregor's phrase that he exchanged with Daniel Kvyat upon meeting him.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Needless to say, McGregor's not a big F1 fan.
We'll get a lot of that phrase in the comments below, Lukey boy.
We've been into this for 18 months and people still don't know who the fuck I am.
Difficult race for Hamilton, Lukey boy. It meant there were a couple of difficult conversations on the Mercedes team radio. Although this statement from Crofty caught my ear.
Before I went to bed last night, I was listening to the team radio during the red flag in Monza, when Hamilton and Mercedes realised that they were in for a penalty. You would not believe how calm it was.
Crofty listening to Mercedes team radio to get to bed, Lukey boy.
Is that a form of mindfulness meditation?
Well, because when I need a bit of meditation, Lukey boy, I turn to the most relaxing team radio in town, the Mercedes pit wall.
Need to go.
What happened? What happened?
Something happened.
Where is that in the rule book? We're in trouble. How have I lost that much time? Can you guys explain a bit, please? I can't look after the tires anymore. They're dead. Can't keep the car behind. That was
Very good luck.
I don't know what you're thinking. Oh, that's great news. Can you not see that?
Idiots.
I don't want to info anymore. It doesn't make any difference.
Copy, Lewis. Keep the chatter down.
But the reason Crofty was listening to Mercedes team radio, Lukey boy.
By the way, the reason I was watching that last night is because the local TV is so bad.
Whoa. That's a big call, Crofty. Russian TV's not bad. The local Russians love it.
First of all, Russian media has no fucking clue.
Most of the Russians love it. Most of the Russians love it. We're big fans of Russian TV, Lukey boy. I mean, what's not to love?
Проголосовать за снос включенного в программу реновации дома. У меня тут собака. Тём Васёв расскажет подробнее. Что у меня делает собака в студии, ребят?
That says 6 o'clock news, Lukey boy. It's fantastic. In fairness to David Croft, Lukey boy, he's more a fan of Kazakhstan TV.
Күз кез күз, күш кеш күш, кір көр, күл кел көл, кілең қысқа сөз кім оқиды тез. Арқада алты арқар бар, қырқада қырық арқар бар, қырық арқарда ақ арқар бар, алты арқарда.
And fair warning, he's replacing you next year on this podcast, Lukey boy.
Do you know what? You'll probably be able to understand him better. So you're telling me for us to appeal to our Baltic viewers, we need to get some pets under the desk?
And start gargling live on air, Lukey boy. That's the best way to do it.
If you never hear of us, the reserve drivers, Tim, Luke, ever again, point to this segment.
Hey, it's a practice podcast, Lukey boy. Yeah. It's a practice podcast.
We mentioned it was a tough week for Mercedes, and Toto Wolff shared his views post-race.
We win and lose together, and we've never pointed with the finger on a person or a group.
Firstly, casual Toto, cool.
Can I point the finger at him for a number of robberies in the Sochi area, Lukey boy?
No, I like casual Toto, and I like what he said, okay? We don't point the finger, we don't blame any one person or group. Here's Lewis Hamilton talking about the stewards.
They're trying to stop me, aren't they? So
You really think so?
Of course.
I don't think Lewis got the whole we don't blame anybody.
He's going to get a visit from a hooded figure, Lukey boy, after that interview.
Everybody's given Lewis Hamilton a hard time about how he reacted, but when Kimi Raikkonen or Fernando Alonso does it, it's, whoa, how amazing, how good, you know?
The stewards are trying to stop you, Lukey boy, and with good reason. Do you know who you're starting to sound like?
Look, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit scared of the Hamilton fans, but I'm also a bit scared of the anti-Hamilton fans.
Who are you more scared of, Lukey boy? Fanatical Russian hard men or Team LH? Who are you more scared of? Who are you more scared of?
No comment. But fear not, Tim. There are a lot more drivers in the paddock who are more like Toto. They take responsibility for their actions and their race results.
Today the car was just an handful to drive and struggling with the tyres.
He got clipped by Leclerc.
Definitely more pace than we thought we were going to coming into the race. That corner is not very well designed.
We lost some time on the pit stop.
One of those drivers in there, Lukey boy, was Carlos Sainz. Had a big crash on the opening lap trying to re-enter the track.
Massive shunt.
Is that what you're calling Carlos? Or you've got to be careful, Lukey boy.
I'm speaking Russian.
Massive incident, Lukey boy. Even talking about it after the race, Carlos Sainz had an incident.
Going to negotiate the chicane, but I clearly had too much speed. The angle was really
Bang!
narrow.
He's hit the microphone. Let's have a look at that again.
The angle was really
Bang! That's 2 penalty points on the license, Carlos Sainz.
Hey, that microphone was poorly designed.
At least he's got a microphone, Lukey boy. You can't be throwing stones.
You are such a massive shunt, I tell ya. Tim, race talk, drive interviews, ooh, that's all good, guy, huh? But the one thing we're here for, the segment that has taken the F1 world by mild showers. It's time for 10-foot boom pole contender of the week. The art of any effective boom pole is distance, Tim. And just take a look at how far Johnny Herbert is able to stand away from his interviewee due to this 10-foot boom pole in action.
Well, I'm here now with Max Verstappen.
Johnny's back on turn 13.
Johnny's in Mugello, Lukey boy. That's how far back he is.
But Tim, it doesn't just stop there, because I'd like to pay homage to the operator of the 10-foot boom pole. Just check out the 10-foot boom pole operator's evasive action when needed. Watch this.
Isn't it surely? Because I know there was some notes that come out from the FIA.
He was able to move out of the way when Lewis leaned in. That is someone who has a good grasp on his 10-foot boom pole, Tim.
What a segment and what a contender in the running for
10-foot boom pole contender of the week.
Lukey boy, I happen to have a 10-foot boom pole, so
What?
we might be able to hear you this week. Stay there.
Bring it over. Okay, there it is. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that.
Seamless. Lukey boy, last time around, you celebrated the time-honoured walk of shame when a driver walks back to the paddock after a big crash. Well, forget the walk of shame, Lukey boy.
Okay.
Here's the ride of shame with Lance Stroll. It's still going.
Is he still on the motorbike trying to make his way back to the paddock?
He was in Mugello, Lukey boy. He and Johnny Herbert were together. He's got a long way to go.
Tim, let's go around the grounds and see what the other media outlets were broadcasting for the Russian Grand Prix.
We're at Red Bull Racing for this weekend's Russian Grand Prix, and we were told we have to broadcast from MK7, which is their event space. But I've been here since day one. Mark was responsible for 4 of the Constructors' World Championships, so we're breaking out.
DC and Mark Webber are breaking out and gave fans a tour of the Red Bull factory. Tim, if you could describe the Red Bull factory in one word, what would it be?
Well, I don't have one word, Lukey boy, but I've got a couple.
No, just one, and Mark Webber has the perfect word for you.
This is extraordinary. Which is extraordinary. It was extraordinary. Which was extraordinary. Wow.
Great, isn't it?
Extraordinary. It's extraordinary, mate.
It was extraordinary, Tim. The Red Bull officers are extraordinary. And some extraordinary things happened in the office, particularly Christian Horner's.
Straight into Christian's office.
What?
Oh. Getting some feelings.
Yes, Mark Webber registered an emotion. That is extraordinary in and of itself, but it doesn't just stop there.
I have had a few kings in here.
Oh!
What?
DC revealed he had a few kings in Christian Horner's office, and he had plenty of questions too.
You must have had a in here.
Turkey 2010, mate.
Oh, okay. It is all happening in Christian Horner's office between the two of them. I need our viewers to close their eyes now, okay?
They were doing that since before the episode started, Lukey boy. Don't worry about that.
Well, for anybody who wants to know what it might sound like getting a in Christian Horner's office, maybe this might help.
I mean, you're going to give me a little surface.
I think you call this a tickler.
Oh, look at that.
Beautiful.
Very Scottish, mate.
Your devious mind.
There's only one convict here, mate.
Little squirt here.
Great access there, mate. Well done.
A comprehensive tour of the Red Bull offices.
Lukey boy, there was some big news from the weekend.
There's a change at the top. Chase Carey will move to non-executive chairman from the 1st of January, and Stefano Domenicali will take over.
Massive news, Lukey boy, and it made news around the world. Chase Carey out, Stefano Domenicali in, Lukey boy. What did you make of the news?
Big news. Huge news. Caught off guard news. I didn't know you were going to ask me that. Chase Carey's becoming the non-executive chairman. And I actually wanted to get your thoughts as the non-executive chairman of our show. Any advice for Chase?
Well, I know how Chase feels, Leaky Boy. I know what it's like to be ousted by a disappointing Italian. So I know exactly what it's like.
Brava. But let's talk about Stefano Domenicali, Tim. Okay, ex-Ferrari boss. That's okay. You got Braun, you got Todd. We'll add another one into the F1 executive mix.
Who's left? Arriva is going to be commentating the races at this rate, Leaky Boy.
But I'm a big Domenicali fan. And for those wondering what his leadership style will be like, just take a look at this. Hockenheim, 2010. The famous Felipe, Fernando is faster than you race.
Massa and Alonso, just 6/10 between them.
Fernando is faster than you. Can you confirm you understood that message?
Domenicali was team boss at the time, and he was met with some serious questions from the media afterwards.
And I already know the question.
What is the question then? Tell us.
Well, I can guess. You know, we felt that Felipe was a little bit slower, so that was the reason why.
Show us the evidence. There isn't.
I don't have to show you, Eddie. You know, you know, it's not true. You are in this business since too many years to say that. Anyway, I take the point, but honestly, I don't think that is really a great point on that.
Okay, that was Eddie Jordan roasting Domenicali about the team orders. But Tim, just watch. You've got Eddie Jordan furious. Not a fan of Domenicali, but just watch as Mr. Stefano Domenicali turns the tide and wins Eddie over.
There isn't a person in this place or a viewer on the television who did not understand what Robin Smedley said about apologising, the way the race ran out. There was clearly no fault with Felipe. It was team orders in a different guise.
No, this is not true. This is not true.
I think you're...
Eddie, first and second, smile. I know that you cannot smile, but smile.
But you will always smile, no?
I have to. I mean, we are very pleased for that.
Did you see that? Did you see how he won him over, Tim?
He's a very hands-on leader, Leaky Boy. Quite literally. Everyone's in safe hands, Leaky Boy. Specifically his hands.
F1's in gropey hands. But congratulations, Chase Carey, and good luck, Stefano Domenicali.
And the most important ability, Leaky Boy, when you're running Formula One is the ability to open doors, as the former boss, Bernie Eccleston, demonstrates here.
Morning, Bernie. Hello. How are you, sir? All right. How do you feel ahead of today?
Some of you lazy bastards are misfits.
Good. Are you confident you'll be successful in this race?
Hey, and the people who accuse Formula One of revolving door leadership, Leaky Boy, take a look at that.
Look, I had a look at Domenicali's resume. He's able to open a door. We are in good shape.
Well, speaking of Bernie, Leaky Boy, one of Bernie's best friends is the one, the only, Vladimir Putin of Russia.
Oh, the Russian Vladimir Putin. I thought you were talking about the Vladimir Putin of Kent.
Vladimir Putin is a big Formula One fan, Leaky Boy. Do you remember the time Vladimir Putin test drove a Renault car?
Oh, no.
Well, it's time to take a trip down memory pit lane.
So you're telling me Vladimir Putin drove a Formula One car?
He participated in a Renault test day, Leaky Boy, as part of the Young Dictators test at the end of the year. Here he is getting an initial lesson.
Little gas, half gas, full gas.
All right, if there's anyone you don't need to explain the concept of gas to, it's Vladimir Putin, just quietly.
Who do you think the engineers are more scared of, Putin or Fernando, when he comes back?
But then it was time for Vladimir to familiarise himself with the controls.
More.
They are complex pieces of equipment, Leaky Boy. You've got to get it right when you're in an F1 car.
There was a lot of buttons there, but he's only used to just the one big red one.
But then it was time for Mr. Putin to fire it up. And I'd hate to be the steward telling him you've got a 5-second penalty for an illegal practice start, Leaky Boy. I'd hate to be the one passing on those notes.
Oh, all right, how did he go?
It's fair to say he was a natural. In fairness, can we have a listen to that with the official audio?
What the f*** was
almost dead. I almost killed someone.
And when Vladimir Putin says he almost killed someone, Licky Boy, that's when you know you've really...
Yeah, it just got a lot colder in my room. There's something hovering over my house.
We say it every week, Licky Boy, but we've really got to get out of here this week.
I'm using my safety pack to flee the city.
Well, that's it for the reserve drivers for another week. What did our audience make of the show?
Leave an exchange in the comments. Make sure you hit like and tell a friend. Spread the reserve drivers. Huzzah!
Just not to Russian authorities, Licky Boy, after this episode. I reckon the less said, the better.
Yeah, steer them away from this episode.
That's it from us. So to take us out tonight...
All right, let's serve the penalty.
Is that 10?
Yeah, but we've got 7.5 minutes worth.